Okay, we're supposed to write the equation of a sine function given these characteristics. We have an amplitude of 3, a period of pi halves, and a phase shift of 2. First thing I want to do is remind you that we're working with this equation, that we're going to fit this into a sine of omega x minus alpha. Could put a k on the outside, but I'm going to leave it like it is because it's not useful in this case right here. First thing I'm going to do is they gave us that the amplitude was 3, so I'm just going to take that and I'm going to give that amplitude to myself. That's good. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for this piece right here. So I'm going to look for omega here, and we know we have a function a formula that has omega in it, and that's the period function. We know that period is 2 pi over omega. So we're looking for omega here and here, and they tell us that the period is pi halves. So I'm going to use this pi halves. If you don't mind, I'm going to make my omega blue, just so I'm not trying to be crazy here, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm looking for here. And we know that they gave us that this is worth pi, that the period is pi halves. So I use the period formula. I'm going to cross multiply, and we're going to get pi omega is equal to 4 pi. Remember that we're looking for omega, so I'm going to divide everything by pi. Divide by pi here. And we get that omega is equal to 4. So all I'm doing is just slowly closing on this. So I already knew that the amplitude was 3. We have a sine function that's given to us here that it has to fit into a sine function. And omega is 4, so we get 4x minus alpha. Now we're going to look for alpha. And what do we know about alpha? Well, given omega, what we know about alpha is that phase shift is equal to opposite alpha over omega, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to fill in the blanks again. They gave us a phase shift of 2. Remember now we're looking for alpha, so we're trying to solve for this piece right here. And they give us that the phase shift is 2, so is 2. I'm going to put it over 1 so you can see this way. And we're going to get 2 omega equals opposite alpha. All I'm doing is cross multiplying. And then, oh look, I don't need this. Because I know what omega is. Omega is 4, isn't it? Is 4. So I'm going to go ahead and do my cross multiplication here, right? 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times negative alpha is opposite alpha or negative alpha. And now we know that alpha is equal to negative 8. I multiplied both sides by this. So now we're closing on this again. We get 3 sine of 4x minus 8. What some professors will ask you to do is they'll ask you to factor a little bit on the inside. So a professor may ask you to do this. They may ask you to say that this is 3 sine of 4 and 8 have a common factor of 4. So pull out a 4. 4 times x minus 2. Frankly, I like it this way better. But there we have it. Okay? This is actually really easy. Well, it's actually really straightforward once you kind of get the idea of what pieces do you have. So what you're looking for is, do you know what the formula for period is? The formula for period is equal to 2 pi over omega. Remember, omega is the number that's in front of x here. We also know that phase shift, PS phase shift, is equal to opposite alpha over omega. So if they give us this phase shift and we already know omega, we can go back and solve for alpha. All right, and then we just pull all our pieces back together. Hope this was really helpful. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Oh, your comments are terrific. Thanks.